Andy the professional, tie straight as a rail. Reads the stats, calls the laps, never tips the scale. Bubba's got the drawl that twang like a banjo string. He's the heart of the crew, makes the red dirt sing. On B.A.C. casting and drafting, tune in for the show where the engines roar and the beer cans flow. Talking banter, swapping stories under the southern sky. Racing's the reason, but we're here for the ride. Call and stay steady like a car hugging the line. He's cool under pressure, every word refined. Jared Beer's got a laugh and a drink in his hand. He's a wild card joker, the voice of the fans. 4 men, 1 channel, a race day parade, turning asphalt and cold cans into memories made. On B.A.C. casting and drafting, tune in for the show where the engines roar and the beer cans flow. Talking banter, swapping stories under the southern sky. Racing's the reason, but we're here for the It's more than just NASCAR, it's a way to unwind. Cheering loud, feeling proud, leaving worries behind. From the first green flag to the last checkered wave, it's a soundtrack of a good time, the anthem of our
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to B.A.C. Casting and Drafting, your weekly home for league racing, cold beer, and hotter takes. My name's Bubba. We've also got Andy and Jer in the booth tonight. And if you're sober, you're watching the wrong daggum stream. We're broadcasting live with B.A.C. levels of probably illegal, and we're ready to side draft past politics, pace cars, and rants, Facebook rants. Let's drop the green and chug this thing to the checkered, baby. Andy, Jer, you got me, dudes?
Hell yeah, brother.
Yes, sir.
Baby.
It's race night.
What's our favorite 4 words in racing, Bubba? Let us hear it.
Yee.
It's grip it,
Rip it, and
sip.
and sip.
Yes, sir. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. Cars are outside on the track right now. They're finishing up, getting ready for qualifying. We got the B.A.C. crew here ready for Michigan. It's gonna be a eventful race. It's the in-season tournament finale. For y'all that haven't been keeping up with it, we've had 16 drivers throughout this whole tournament. The winner's going to be getting $250. And tonight, they settle it. They're settling it. You got Danny Jackson, and he's going to be up against the one and only Michael Prince, last week's winner. Michael Prince with the momentum, but Danny Jackson heated up at the right time of the year. We'll see which one can get it done tonight at Michigan. Stages are going to be on 25 and 55 for a pretty lengthy race, so I'm excited. I think it's going to be a good one, and we're going to get some good green flag racing.
Yeah, I'm excited to be back on this here circle track, hard and left, because I'm telling you, Chicago last week kind of was rough, but we're gonna go definitely hard and left this week, and here at Michigan, and it should be a fun one. It should be fast. Finale should be good. Like you said, Michael Prince has been on fire, but Danny Jackson has climbed his way through that bracket and just proved himself to get into these playoffs, and I might just expect him to get a win tonight.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been a minute.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to come out on top of this one between the two that's coming in with the, $250 on the line, because when we start getting into these slightly technical, still really open ovals, I think you're still looking at Keith Fallon's got to be your favorite going into this one.
Oh, Keith. Going with Keith, dude.
Looks like they're done with practice already. We're ready for qualifying, so it's about that time.
Oh, buddy.
We can go ahead and
like I said, all right, you guys got 2 seconds before they start turning laps. Who's your favorite? I got Keith.
I don't want to give him the broadcaster curse.
We can show the practice results. I got him up on the screen. Chris Mackey, the fastest. Bryce Keegan, the youngster. He's second fastest so far in practice. Really close to Mackey's time. Keith is fast, but you know what? I'm going to stick with the youngster. Let's go Bryce. I need him to get a win.
Bryce?
Let's go Bryce.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chris Mackey. I'm sorry. Go get her done, buddy. Go get her done.
Just the defeat in your voice.
Dang it.
At this point,
Danny Jackson beat the curse. Chris, I know you can, buddy. Go out there and get it.
Michael Prince beat the curse. Granted, he took the curse into his own hands and decided to get into the quarter panel of Tyler Smith back in the day. But that's how you beat the curse, is just take it by the balls and just, you know what? And say, curse no more.
Grab it and rip it, baby.
Yeah, he gripped it, sipped it.
Oh, boy. Let's see.
Speaking of Bryce, he's on the track.
Bryce is on the track.
Oh, we've got a whole bunch of our front runners. They're getting out early.
Yeah. Practice times were 38, 37s.
I'm hoping Bryce can pull something out. The only reason his points are hurting as much as they are is because he missed a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and I think that's rough, and that's where you're going to see consistency in this league. Getting those points are going to start paying off, because you're going to have more points, as the season goes on, to where somebody missed a race. Yes, they do have, I think, one to where they get the same amount of points as the lowest scorer, but all in all, if you're consistent and you get top 10 finishes, like it's going to pay off in the long run. Those guys that have been consistent and been here and raced every week, love to see those repeat winners if it's not them, because that's just giving the points race more and more impact as we get closer and closer to the playoffs, for sure.
And that is right, exactly who you're talking about. Chris Mackey, Tyler Cadd, Daniel Jackson.
Yep.
But man, you've got somebody like Bailey Brandon on that cut line, and he missed the first 3 weeks, and holy, he's coming up quick.
He's been on a absolute freaking tear, driving on the 5-gallon bucket with the seat cushion, being fast, being competitive, all while doing it on 5-gallon bucket. Old bucket boy has definitely proven that he is fast. He is where he needs to be, and has worked his way, improved his way up into the playoff talk, in the standings. And it's been fun to watch. He's been fast, he's been consistent, and hopefully and he's another one that's right there at that cut line, but a win locks him in, and it wouldn't shock any one of us, as fast as he's been running week in, week out. So it's going to be a fun one to see how he can do in Michigan. So I don't know.
Yeah, checking out the times right now. Danny Jackson and Michael Prince are in-season tournament final 2. They're towards the bottom of the board right now, 15th and 16th.
Oh, starting right next to each other.
Yeah, they're going to be starting in the back together, it looks like.
I really hoped that
Gloves off.
Daniel was going to pull out a good second lap, but he did worse by 0.5 of a second than he did his first one.
Makes you wonder if he got loose or something coming out of one of these corners.
I think this is one of those tracks where you're just going to have to be one and done.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, it looks like the first lap is the quickest right now, based off what I'm seeing as well.
Yeah, because I think Orff just tapped the wall there on one of his. Tyler Cadd still out there running some laps. I think he's the last one, I believe.
Yeah, Tyler Cadd still hasn't set a lap. He's making his way right now to turn 4.
Yeah.
As he cuts the tri-oval.
Oof.
Doesn't look
not
like
good.
his time counted. Don't think he got one on the board.
Yeah, he's got one on the board. It ain't a good one.
No, it's not the quickest so far.
Long
We
race.
can see now. Man at the front is Keith Fallon. And I believe Keith might be the guy to punch his ticket for the pole tonight. So it's going to be Keith Fallon starting out front. Great job, Keith. Good qualifying lap, buddy. Way to do it.
But I mean, from the front to the back of that field, we're looking at 37.8 all the way to a 38.7. So less than, check my Pennsylvania math now. Less than a second.
Less than a
Separating
second.
the whole field. So.
Well, the cars are lining up. They're on the grid. You know what that means. It's time for our starting grid. It's time to do our lineup. It's time to get ready to go racing here at Michigan. Let's get ready to start the ignition, huh?
Let's do it, brother.
Yeah.
Go on, lead us off.
Yes, sir. Starting in the pole spot, row number 1, the number 40, Hollywood Performance of Keith Fallon. To his outside, car number 1, starting in the second spot, is Terry Vincent. Inside lane, row number 2, starting in third, is the number 23, Tyler Smith. To his outside is the number 16. He's back this week. It is Nolan McClure. Row number 3, the youngster starting in fifth. That's going to be the 21 of Bryce Keegan. To his outside, the, I believe now, points leader. Top 2 in the points. That's going to be the number 4. That's Daniel Miglin. Row number 4, the number 28. That's Brian Matthews. Starting in the 8th spot, car number 12, Hollywood Performance Racing. That is Jamin Bernhardt. Starting in the 9th, that's the number 9 of Chris Mackey. And starting in 10th, out of Florida State, that is the bucket boy, Bailey Brennan.
Coming in at him. All right, Bubba, you got it, brother. Take her home.
All right. Then we got in the 11th spot, we got Steven Blevins in the 51 car. Outside of him, we have Halo, Dennis Orff in the 89. 13th spot, we got Ryan McClure in the 69 car. And then we got 14, Ryan Castleberry in the 35.
At 15th, we've got Danny Jackson going up for that 250 Smackaroos. Outside of him in P16, we've got Michael Prince in the Intimidator scheme in the number 31 car. Close to number 3, we'll allow it. 17th, we've got Tyler Cadd rocking the red 91. In 18th, we've got Austin Norris running the 57 car, and his qualifying wasn't too good. I don't know if he got over the wall or not, but I expect him to be up in that top 12 as he usually is. And that's going to round out our field today, boys.
Sir. It should be a good one. Tight qualifying times. A lot of different pace from last week. Get to open it up. Just hard left today, no rights. And
yeah,
little drafting action too, maybe.
Can't wait.
Little shoving. Gloves are off, especially in that row number 9.
Yeah. Hey, all that matters is you beat them. You beat the guy next to you.
Yeah.
Honestly, if both of you guys go into the wall and kill your engines lap 1, as long as you're in front of him by the by the time you put that thing in the pit, it's a win.
Hell yeah.
100 laps the length tonight. Stages are going to be 25, and then stage 2 is 30 laps long. It's going to go to the end of lap 55. Final stage is 45 laps. Pace car is off. They are in the restart zone. Keith Fallon's going to lead them. Let's get ready to grip it, rip it, and sip it. We're going green here at Michigan for the B.A.C. Casting and Drafting in-season tournament finale. Keith Fallon to the inside. Terry Vincent to his outside. They make their way into turn number 1.
Terry, I think, got a great run off that restart right there.
It makes you wonder, did Terry go back to the Ride the Dante or Ride the Dente Chili's car because of his outcome of last week? Or
Hey, he did say his luck was changed. Well, when that luck changed, he was out of the Dente, so he may be going back to it, brother.
have that superstition going?
Well, Terry
He's
Vincent
pulling
got
away
the
a little
move
bit.
done. He's going to get the lead here. He's going to lead them to the stripe on lap number 1 as we see Nolan McClurg. He's going to be challenging Keith Fallon for the second spot now as they make their way into turn number 1. Nolan riding that purple and black number 16 Chevrolet. Groping the bottom of the racetrack, trying to save tires early. They're 3 wide behind him. We've got a good battle going on. That's Tyler Smith, Daniel Miglin. You saw Jamin Bernhardt, Bryce Keegan trying to get his way up there, and the number 28, that's Brian Matthews in that chrome Reese's machine. Love that paint scheme, looking very sharp tonight from him.
Yeah, I love me some Reese's Pieces, brother.
So, I gotta ask, Andy, because you're gonna have a better synopsis over this than me and Bubba would. What's the tire line here? Like, if you take it real low, are you gonna save all your tires? You're just gonna be considerably slower coming out of 2 and 4. What should these drivers be doing?
So you're going to want to start early in the run, working the bottom of the racetrack to save tires, and as the run goes on, you want to slowly move up. Middle lane is going to be kind of no man's land. You're going to see a lot of guys kind of opt for it, but it's not going to help your tires. As the run goes on, you want to work your way up the racetrack, similar to Kansas or a 1.5 mile oval style racing tonight.
Okay, that makes sense, because I'm seeing the likes of Keith Fallon, like he's making up a lot of time running that high line, but I can't imagine that's going to help his tires at all.
No, you can
now
use it generously when you want to get a run on somebody, but you can't do it forever. You got to slowly work your way up that racetrack. You can get a lot of speed up there, but you're not going to keep it forever. That's why you see the leader, Terry, he's saving his tires, working the bottom of the racetrack, managing throttle, making sure he keeps his stuff nice and clean. But they're taking a very high entry into the corner and going down to that first groove, so that way they can get good rotational grip and not overturn the car on entry as well.
Seems like the draft is helping like Tyler Smith right now. How much help can you get on that, Andy?
Oh, you can get a lot of help. So this is a non-restrictor plate track. So at Michigan, you're going to be able to run this car a lot harder than Daytona and Talladega. The top speeds are going to be a little bit higher, as you see from the Cup cars on TV. In the draft, you can get over 200 if you're able to do it well. But you definitely got to manage that throttle into the corner if you're using that draft. You don't want to overdrive the tires and have a bad exit as well.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we do get a lot of green flag laps this week. We're off to a pretty good start. Lap 6, I believe. top 5 right there are all kind of strung out. 6, 7 right there, starting to move in, start doubling up. But
so I'm noticing a lot of Keith. Whenever he starts losing the pace to Terry, he starts taking that high line just to try to keep up with him. And Terry's, pulling away on that bottom line. So you've got to think, if you're Terry, you're like, hey, keep at it, brother. I know these tires are going to last longer than yours if you keep every 3 laps trying to take that high side to even catch up.
Yeah, the other thing too is if you get caught in the wake from the car in front of you, it is very effective in iRacing. So you've definitely got to make sure that you're doing your best to stay in clean air as much as possible, which is why you see guys staggering lanes, so that way they can give their car a little bit of clean air so they don't slide up the racetrack.
Okay.
So far, your top 5, it's Terry Vincent, Keith Fallon, Tyler Smith, Noel McClurg, Bryce Keegan. Then when you look back to 6, that's Bucket Boy Bailey Brandon in the 6. Behind him, you've got a bunch of cars fighting for the 7th spot. You can see Brian Matthews. You've got, Dingle Miglin, as well as Jamin Bernhardt and Chris Mackey. He's up there. But Michael Prince, he's up 5 spots since the start of this race. He's trying to get a run and get ahead of Danny Jackson as they go 3 wide into turn 1 and 2. You can see a couple cars there racing very hard for the 7th spot right now. There's a bunch of them going at it.
Oh, yeah.
we ain't got the purple people eater machine today, but we do have that in 200 paint scheme coming up through that field. And they're number 2, Danny Jackson, also right on Michael Prince's tail, coming up through the field with Dennis Orff right there hanging out.
Yeah, the amount of shuffling going on right there, man, that's some good racing right there. That's what you love to see for these guys fighting in that pack, trying to make a name for themselves and try to get up to those lead cars.
Yes, sir. If you're Michael Prince, keeping that pink T-Mobile, I think it was T-Mobile, or is it? No, he swapped it to Red Bull, I think. That pink Red Bull machine, you guys lay in that rearview mirror if you want to win that big money, you know?
Oh?
Little smackarooskies, 250.
I'm going to be honest, I think I would do our normal strategy here if we're going to try to put 250 on the line. I think I'm going to try to keep this thing ahead of me and try to stay clean as long as I can.
Yeah. More green laps, the better. Staying in line. Staying clean. Like you said. Start getting 3 wide in there and then corners, like, yeah, you can do it, but I think we've seen a consistency in this league that stage 3, it's no doubter that the gloves come off whenever that stage 3 starts. Gloves come off, and that's when people really start racing pretty hard. So see what happens.
Yeah, I suspect to see some tire wear coming up in the next couple of laps, around 20 or so. There's going to be a lot of cars that unintentionally find their way up on these turns, and I think that's where we're going to get some pinches and some cars getting turned just because there's not enough room up there. Somebody's going to find the wall from that alone.
Well, and that's the thing, and me and Andy were kind of talking about it, pre-race. We were professional drivers make mistakes, boys. Like it. We seen it this weekend. Denny Hamlin got tight, got up in Bubba Wallace. Like it happens. Like this is it's tough. It doesn't look that tough because you're just turning left circles, but it's harder than that. And it's harder to really drive these cars, and just one little hiccup can make it or break it, and it happens. It happens. You just gotta roll with it. Some days aren't your days, other days are, and that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, this ain't your mom's Hyundai Elantra, all right? These things are ready to go.
Hey, the old Hyundai Elantra, dude. Don't knock it. Now, get the old, Miata out there. We'd be ripping some laps, dude. Jared, I don't even think you could fit in a Miata, could you?
Probably not. I sat in Jared from the 89th. I sat in his, what do you have? Little Fiero or something? I don't even know what.
Yeah.
Sat in that. That was a squeeze.
Speaking of squeezes, we got Tyler Smith on the inside of Keith Fallon fighting for that number 2 spot. Coming down the backstretch. Tucks back in behind Keith there.
Yeah, this is a really good battle for second. You got Keith, Tyler, and Nolan McClurg all going at it, the 3 of them. Bryce Keegan hanging out behind him. Terry Vincent, the leader, ahead. They're having a good little moment between these 3 trying to settle who's going to have the better long-run speed. But you can see Tyler Smith just drafting behind Keith. If he can just stay in that pocket and the 3 of them can work together, they could actually save a little bit if they work with Keith and maybe make things harder on Terry in the long run. If they could just all work together and draft, they could fuel save as well, which would give them an advantage.
Yeah, that's going to be huge. If they stay green, that's going to be a huge factor.
Egos aren't going to let that happen. If anything, I like Bryce's position. He's hanging back, letting all of them shuffle around.
Yeah, I think Bryce
as long as he's in
knows
that draft.
There's a little bit of time left in stage number 1. We're on lap 15 of 100. There's 10 to go, 9 now in the stage, or 10 to go here in the stage. Don't know what the fuel window is, but I'm assuming based on how they set this up, we're going to have to make at least a stop here for gas in this stage. We'll see when these guys hit pit road. But so far, it's been all Terry Vincent doing a great job.
I gotta ask you, Andy, because you're the strategist here. When Terry goes, everybody goes, or what are we doing here?
I would go early. If I'm someone like Brian Matthews, Bailey Branning, Chris Mackey, somewhere in the midfield to kind of break the air, get out of the draft, and make guys pit, I would go early. Try to go earlier than the leader. Take fuel only, no tires. That way you get a quicker pit stop, get a jump, and then give yourself a shot at getting to the front at the end of this one.
When would you take tires? At the stage end?
Yes, sir. Stage break is tires. Here I'm going to go fuel only because it's such a short stage.
Yeah.
If you can save your tires well enough, you should be able to make it to the end and then have a shorter pit stop. If you just take gas only, it's going to be about a 4.5 second pit stop versus if you take fuel and tires, it's going to be 9.5 to 10 seconds. So it could make a big difference. But here comes Terry Vincent. Looks like he's going to make his way onto pit road, followed by Keith Fallon, Bryce Keegan, Brian Matthews, and a few others. That's going to give Tyler Smith the lead, Nolan McClurg now in second. But the race down pit road is on. We'll go to the race on track. We'll keep you updated as much as we can as green flag pit stops are underway. Gaggle of cars on pit road right now, a few staying out. We'll see what the guys that stayed out on the track decide to do and when they do it. But right now, we've got a battle for the lead. It's Tyler Smith and Nolan McClurg going at it as they make their way into turn number 3. Tyler Smith going to the inside of the track. Let's see if he makes his way down pit road. Seems like he's going to slow down and he's going to go. Nolan McClurg, though, he's deciding not to. He's going to stay out and do at least another lap. He's the new leader at Michigan. 8 to go in the stage. Let's see what Nolan can do.
Bailey stayed out. Chris Mackey came in. Yep.
Talked about trying to keep that clean air ahead of you. I mean, I don't really hate it. You know, you're either going to, pit with Tyler and come right back out behind him, or try to get, a lap of some clean air and hope for the best.
Yeah, they'll cycle, though, too, so we'll see it. And, as everybody cycles through, it's going to come back, and we're going to see how them pit stops fared. Who had a hiccup, who had to maybe back up into the box, Mr. Box, or whatever. But once it rotates through.
I'm pretty convinced, too, that the only reason Tyler didn't go with the leaders along with, I believe it was Mackey, was they were running that high line coming out of turn 3 and 4, and they just didn't have enough time to slow down and get in line to get into those pits. So they had to take it another go.
You can see right now the pit stop strategy. It's on your screen, folks. You can see all the guys that have not pitted yet. That's the top 8, but Nolan McClurg, he's now going to make his way for pit road. Bailey Brannon, he's still going to stay out on the racetrack. That's going to give Bailey Brannon, the bucket boy, he's the new leader. Danny Jackson, he has the opposite strategy of Michael Prince. Prince went early, Jackson went late. They're the final 2 fighting for the $250 prize tonight in the in-season tournament. I like the call from Jackson to potentially get lucky with a caution here in the stage before the break. Otherwise, not a bad gamble. maybe try and get some track position at the end of the stage as well. As we see a little bit of trouble behind them, you saw Daniel Miglin and Dennis Orff make a little bit of contact.
Yeah, it's not a bad strategy at all to try to catch that, because a lot of people going into pit lane and exiting pit lane, there's a lot of traffic, lower traffic, entering and exiting the track to get in the way and potentially have a caution stirred up from that, and that would definitely give him the advantage.
Well, Danny Jackson was one of the few